Hello, welcome to Enchanted Teacup. My name is Emma, and today we're going to do a pick a pile on who is constantly thinking about you. Anything you need to know about me, you'll find in the description box below. And if you like this video, can you hit like and subscribe and go for it. Have a button frenzy, press everything. And in the meantime, we'll get on with the pick a pile. So we have 3 piles to choose from. We have the rose quartz pyramid, we have the rose quartz love heart, and we have the rose quartz sphere. So take a moment, have a look, and see which pile attracts your attention. Okay, you can pause the video for that, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get on. So let's have a look and see who's constantly thinking about you. And let's go for pile 1, and we'll get these bad boys out of the way. So for those of you that chose those of you that chose pile 1 with the rose quartz pyramid, let's have a look and see what you've got. Right, okay. You've got the tiger, burning bright. You have attraction. You have religious factors. And you have the Miriam. Okay, just pop those down there a bit, tidy that up. And for the tarot, you have, let's see, you have the Four of Inspiration, you have the Ace of Materials, and you have the 8 of Materials. Ooh. Right, there's lots of flowers going on here. We've got roses in 1, 2, 3, and we have roses in 4 cards out of the 7. So perhaps this person would really like to send you some flowers. I'm feeling that this person has quite a heightened sense of smell because of the flowers, and also because of the attraction card. So perhaps the person who is constantly thinking about you is constantly thinking about you because of a perfume or aftershave that you use. You smell good. You smell good. And they like that. And maybe there's a particular perfume or aftershave that you use that just sends them over the edge. They really, really like the way you smell. Okay, we also have the lilies here, which is, the lilies are quite a high vibrational flower, very high vibrational flower. So maybe that's what they think about. They think about you, you're fun, you're a high vibrational person. There's religious factors here, with the sacred Miriam. So your spirituality, maybe you share the same spirituality, maybe you share the same religious beliefs. But again, that is another reason why they're attracted to you. This is all the things that they constantly think about. So let's start at the beginning with the tiger. Your person could be born in the year of a tiger, or they could have some of the attributes of the tiger. Tigers are leaders. Tigers are compassionate. They're patient. They're loyal. They're sexual. They're also predators. So be careful there. But yeah, they'll be leaders. And again, here with the 8 of Materials, this is a card about leadership, and this is a card about made money. So they may have started with nothing and worked their way up to the top, but they are self-made. They might be a manager in a department, they might be the manager of a company, they might be self-employed, they might be entrepreneurs, but they will definitely be in a leadership role. Their religion or their spirituality will be very, very important to them. They will be quite traditional. The Miriam here, it has many different meanings, but one of the meanings of the Miriam, if you break it down, means beloved. So they will see you as their beloved. They're attracted to you. They constantly think about you. You could be their beloved. Because they're quite traditional here, they will see you in the role of husband or wife. And with the other cards here, they'll want to share that joy with you. They'll want to share those milestones with you that couples do, that husbands and wives do. It's not giving away too much about them, so they could be quite secretive. They might not open up straight away to anybody. They might choose their friends quite wisely. But yeah, you are their beloved. In the tarot cards, we have the Four of Inspiration, and this is normally to do with family gatherings, weddings, celebrations. So it could be that you've met them at a celebration. It could be that when they're thinking of you, they're thinking of being married to you. And next to that, we have the Ace of Coins. So when they're thinking of you, and maybe perhaps when they're fantasizing about you, they're thinking of exciting new beginnings and manifesting you into their life. This is a card of manifestation, of abundance. And this is also a card of working and perfecting their craft. So they're very goal orientated, they're very work orientated. Again, they're self-made, they're a leader, their work is very important to them. Also, they will take great pride in their work. They're not a person that will cut corners, and they will take great pride in you. And they're consistent and they're patient. And they think you're quite beautiful. They think you're quite beautiful, and they think you're quite mysterious. And they think you're quite gifted. And they would be happy to have you on their arm. Okay, so hopefully that's helped. That's given you a little insight. These are just quick, short readings. So if you chose pile 1, which was the pyramid, this was the message for you. And a very nice one too. Okay, so just pop these to one side. And I'll just reach for pile number 2. And the Rose Quartz Love Heart. So if you chose this, this is your reading. Let's have a peeky. So we have the Boar. We have Mercury. We have Unrequited Love. We have Retreat. We have Queen of Voices. we have the Ace of Voices, and we have the Hierophant. So, while I just take a quick look at the cards to see what's going on, I'll have a slurp of my tea. And we'll see for pile 2 who is constantly thinking of you. So, looking at the cards here, we have communication. We have Mercury, we have the Queen of Voices, and we have the Ace of Voices. So this person who is constantly thinking about you, they are constantly thinking of ways to communicate with you, ways to open communication, wanting to talk to you. They're thinking about what they could say, how they could go about it, but there's something that's holding them back. They're quite they're fearful of rejection because they think that this love is unrequited. They think that you won't return, that perhaps you don't feel the same. So that's what's holding them back. They're not sure. Perhaps they think that you have other suitors. Perhaps they have low self-esteem. Perhaps they just need those 20 seconds of courage. Perhaps they're waiting for those 20 seconds of courage, because what they want to do is they want to tell you how they feel and they want to whisk you away. They want to retreat. They want to take you away from the world and steal you away and have you for themselves for a little while. Okay. So anyway, that's what I've just grasped from that. Let's go back to the beginning. And the first card you have is the boar or the pig. Now, maybe they were born in the year of the boar or the pig, or perhaps they have some of the attributes. This card here is urging them to face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. Well, I was just talking about the 20 seconds of courage there. So the person who is constantly thinking about you is trying to work up the confidence to communicate, to tell you how they're feeling. But it may take a while. Okay. So, perhaps they were born in the year of the boar, or perhaps they have some of the attributes of the boar. So the attributes, the personality of the boar, they're diligent, they're compassionate, they're realistic, and they're generous. They're very, very generous. They're also fiercely independent. They'll be the first person to come on the scene and give help, but they'll also be the last person to actually request any help. They'll just kind of struggle on themselves. They've got a great sense of responsibility. They would have extremely good manners, which is probably another reason why they're holding themselves back. They don't want to be rude. And they're quite light-hearted. So that's it. That's a brief description of the boar. If you want to know any more, you can always find more information on YouTube or Google. Okay, so with the card here, Mercury is about open communication, and this card is saying get a weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard. So the person who's constantly thinking about you, again, it's all about the communication. They've got so much to tell you. They've got so much to say about how they feel about you, but it's just working up that confidence. Because in their eyes, you are quite perfect and quite lovely. And they're worried that there might be a long queue of people to get to you because you are so lovely. There might be other suitors. You might be more interested in other people than them. Okay. And again, all the cards are kind of, although I asked the cards to tell me who is it that is constantly thinking about you, these cards are all about you and how they feel about you, their thoughts about you. They think you're beautiful and mysterious and strong and colourful and wise. And they've almost put you up there on quite a high pedestal so that you're unattainable, which is why they're struggling with the communication. So they might actually be somebody that when you do have a conversation with, they're a bit kind of mumbly and you know, when you get all tongue-tied when you meet somebody that you find quite attractive and you end up making a bit of a tit of yourself. Well, I have. And I don't think the person that is constantly thinking about you is any different. I'm sure that once the nerves go, they'll be fine. Yeah. So, with the unrequited love, they feel that maybe the feelings are one-sided. That's how they're thinking about you. But this person is, they have great manners. They have great manners and they will treat you with the utmost of respect. They're quite a romantic. They're very romantic and they're very traditional like that. Okay, and they just want to whisk you away and disconnect from the world. And it's funny because you have the card here and that looks a bit like the back of a wedding dress. So maybe they fantasize about marrying you and taking you away on your honeymoon. With the tarot, we have the Queen of Voices, we have the Ace of Voices, and we have the Hierophant. So, with the Queen of Voices, if it was to describe this person, they're not really into fakery. They're quite direct in their language and in their speaking. A spade is a spade. They don't do any BS. They don't mince their words, and they're quite straight and direct and forward. And they're intelligent and they're educated. And with the Ace of Voices, again, the Ace is a card of new beginnings. It's a card of inspiration, imagination, illuminated ideas, opportunities, passion, sparks. And they really, really, really would like this new start, this adventure with you because you're so colourful and so vibrant. And the last card here is the Hierophant, which is to do with, again, to do with tradition. To do with tradition. They want to follow tradition. They want to share that part of their life with you. They are a traditional person. They don't mince their words. They're compassionate, realistic, generous. They have great manners. I also think there's something about their eyes. They have very lovely eyes. They might be a bit intense. Yes, definitely they have lovely eyes. But they've put you up here on such a pedestal that makes you feel almost unattainable. But they are traditional. They are traditional. They've got great manners. I'm trying to see what else I can pick here. And normally they would be a fantastic communicator. And perhaps they work in the field of communications of sorts. But when it comes to you, it all gets a bit tongue-tied. And I'm just looking to see if I can see anything else. And perhaps the reason why they think it's unrequited is maybe because you yourself are actually with someone. Or maybe you've been seeing someone on and off. Maybe they're not sure whether that is still a thing or not. But they're quite happy to wait. And they would like to do everything very properly, very well mannered. And that's what I'm getting from pile 2. So if you chose pile 2, that's the person who's constantly thinking about you. Okay, that was a lovely reading. Okay, so we'll just pop that over there, get that out of the way, and we'll go for our last pile, the rose quartz sphere. If you chose that, this is the reading about who is constantly thinking about you. We have the penguin. We have Holy Amethyst. We have Lady Nada. We have Healing Family Issues. We have New Love. Oh, we had an extra card in this pile. And with the tarot, we have Three of Voices. We have Justice. And we have the Muse of Materials. But I'm starting to get a bit dry. So if you just bear with me a second, I'll have a slurp. And another slurp. Okay. Right. Let's have a look here. Okay. So, penguin. This person who is thinking about you constantly is a penguin. They believe that when you mate, when you find your mate, that's your mate for life. That's your penguin. And they're thinking that possibly you could be their penguin. And it's so cute. And the person who's constantly thinking about you has not had the best experience in the past. With the Three of Voices here, they've had their heart broken in some way. They've experienced a loss, and they're kind of healing from that. And with you being in their thoughts, you're helping to kind of heal this, because we've got Lady Nada, which is a heart awakening, and we've got Holy Amethyst, which is moving beyond moving beyond challenges. And I think with the Three of Voices down here, which would be the Three of Swords, they're kind of, they haven't had the best of luck in relationships, and they're kind of healing from that at the moment. And their heart is finally in a place where it can be open and receiving to receive and give love again. They'll have had family issues that needed healing also. And they see you as a new love. They see you as a new start. And you've stirred romantic feelings. I don't think they've felt romantic for such a long time, that meeting you has made them realise that they're still alive, and there's still possibilities. And although once bitten and twice shy, there is still a possibility to have love in their lives. And that's what you've done. You've stirred their romantic feelings again. You've woken them up. You've turned on that light that had been out for so long. It had been dark for so long. The other two tarot cards you've got here are Justice and the Muse of Materials. So this person, with the Justice card being here, they could have something to do with law. They could work with the police. They could work as a solicitor. They can have something to do that involves justice. They could be working alongside that. And with the Muse of Materials here, this is quite a lovely card. I'll just show you that. Can you see that? Is that in focus? Do you see how that kind of depicts somebody walking along a bridge? It's like they're ready to return, they're ready to go back in. And you've inspired that, you've given them that confidence. You've just kind of been the first person in a long, long time that's actually made them feel that way again, because they thought that would never happen. And they're ready to walk across that bridge. So let's see what else we can figure out about the person that's constantly thinking about you. They're compassionate. They're spiritual. They're quite strong. They've been through a tough time, but they're strong. They haven't caved. They're all about their family, and they've had to deal with family issues. And they're healing from that. And you have stirred their romantic feelings. You've made them go all giddy. You've made them, they're quite a romantic at heart. And it's nice because they've been through a time of darkness, and somehow they feel that justice has been served. But I do feel like they have some kind of connection or work connection with the justice system in some way. And they're ready and they're open again to give and receive love. They're ready to take that leap of faith. They're ready to walk across that rickety bridge. They're ready to step back in. And that's what you've done. That's what you've inspired. And that pile 3 is the person who constantly thinks about you. So these have just been very brief general readings. I hope you've enjoyed them. And I'm going to jog on now. So thank you to you all for watching the readings. Thank you for giving me a like, and have a lovely evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. But most of all, stay safe and stay well. Bye.